Just rolling around in a mocap suit over like a large pillow. James Cameron's like, no, no,
just covered in dots.
It hits the iceberg at full speed. It's just...
And then they have a bunch of PAs just throwing cold water on it.
Oh my god! No, there's like a grip with like a tennis ball on the end of a string, being the iceberg. Like,
what's my eye line? You're a ship.
What's my motivation? You're a ship.
Don't sink.
Continental. What motivation do
you
you
guys saw
want?
that SNL skit with Bo and Yang, right? Where you hit the ice.
Oh yeah, that was great.
You come into my place and you hit me in the butt.
Are we live?
Are so
So, yeah.
right
Yeah.
Wait, who
We
was
are,
she in
yeah.
Titanic actually?
I don't know.
Who?
The mom that gathered the kids
I thought that was Kathy Bates.
in Titanic.
Oh, you're talking about
yeah. Okay. Now we know who that lady was in Titanic.
I don't. Who's
Redhead
the
one,
mom
redheaded
that gathers the kids?
The redheaded one, right? The mom of Kate Winslet's mom. Is that what we're talking about?
No.
I
No.
think that's Kat.
No. Kathy Bates is the unsinkable Molly Brown.
Molly Brown.
Right.
Her Kate Winslet's mom is somebody else.
Is it the below
And-
decks woman that reads the kids' stories or something?
Oh, that's
Howard?
the one who's in she's the mom of John Connor too in Terminator 2.
That's what we were just.
That's
That's
what
what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, that's her. The one we did. Yes.
Welcome, Kenzo. Thanks for joining us.
This is what happens when you go 10-1. Seriously, guys.
I think with that full circle, we're gonna drive in. Good evening, everyone, and welcome
know
to
they
the
got that
In
story.
Crowd. I'm your DM, Jesse Keeter. We play D&D 5e, focusing on story and characters over mechanics. This is episode 7 of a self-contained 10-episode arc. The previous 6 episodes are linked below, along with a sweet little recap video that'll just get you caught up if you want to jump into this episode. Also, check out our social media. It's getting a little hot right now. We've made some spicy TikToks that are going to be they've already caused a little bit of a rift in the D&D community because of the way that some of our writers have handled the monk class. Yes, Casey. Gamer Shark, we love
Holy
you.
cow.
10 gift subs from Gamer Shark. You are the shit.
Thank you.
Gamer Shark, I owe you all of the drinks. Yeah. I know. that.
Okay. That's it. We should get into this episode because all of these players are about to die.
Oh,
Mhm.
thanks.
So let's roll.
Guess I picked a good
Okay.
week to keep drinking energy drinks. Here we go.
Last episode, the group successfully prevented the assassination of the Duchess Halandra Ertain. However, the assassin, an evil floating skull surrounded by green flames, escaped into the courtyard with the help of the wizard Estyn. Estyn murdered the guards, opened the sally gate, and a flood of monsters entered into the palace courtyard, killing all those that stood in their way. And now, Chapter 7, Horror from the Dark. The darkness has come for you, Estyn shouts, and before the portcullis is even done rising, a mass of people rush in. At first, they appear to be a dark human army, but then you notice there are no whites in their eyes, only blackness. They are mounds of torn flesh and yellowed bones. All their loose bits are held together by a cloud of darkness. A small troop of soldiers rushes to meet them and cuts into the first wave. From the balcony, some of the nobles cheer, but that quickly stops as the troop is overwhelmed. There are too many shadow zombies. They surge like a black wave, crashing down on the soldiers and devouring them. The cries of the dying soldiers echo through the courtyard. Servants abandon their posts, swords shake in the hands of the guards, and the once amused nobles scream as they run for their lives. Naomi and Eritran, roll for initiative.
Oh, crap.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you guys split the party last episode.
We did.
Oh, I
God.
did. 22.
That's a 12.
I thought you rolled out all the bad rolls.
I did it with a different dice.
I need a fresh sheet of notes after last session. You'll forgive me. Okay.
Wait,
that's
hang
gonna
on.
be...
Is for initiative, is there a modifier? Should I be adding anything to that? Is
Are
it
you
strength?
kidding?
I don't know.
You do have an initiative modifier. It's usually just dex, but there are some feats and the like that will add to it.
Okay, sure. Okay, so that's a 15.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I was saying, Naomi.
Episode 7. I don't know what last time.
Okay.
Would have been better.
So, before we start, there's just going to be chaos in the courtyard. There is an army of shadow zombies that are attacking multiple groups of guards, getting their hands on some of the servants, some of the nobles. Everybody's just kind of fleeing and screaming. You're in a large courtyard that is full of all of this. Iratran, lead us off.
Okay. Can you tell me about the portcullis? Is it a chain or is it like a rope hold pulley system?
The big portcullis is locked in. The Sally port is the one that was open to allow this to happen.
Yeah.
And there are thick metal chains that connect all of the gears and bring these up.
Oh, that's not going to be very useful. Hey, Naomi. How much do you weigh, you think?
Excuse me.
I know that's a personal question, but time is of the essence.
I don't know, like 4 cabbages, 4.5 maybe.
All right. I think I want to try and throw her at the small portcullis to try and close it.
Okay. You guys are going to have to fight your way. We're going to say it's about 60 feet. You've just entered into the courtyard,
Right,
and across from you, there's 60 feet of chaos. So you can fight your way to a position to do it, but even if Naomi only weighs, and we'll round down, 4 cabbages.
Thank you, that's generous.
It's a far throw from here.
Goody. All right.
Well, but I could if I can get sort of purchase on the portcullis, I could sort of clamber, right? Like just ladder up it.
Yeah, there won't be
Okay.
any problem getting you up onto that
Okay,
thing.
okay.
It's about crossing close enough to a place where he can check you.
I see. Okay.
I don't think I can poke throw you that far.
But you're so
That's
strong.
A lot for 4 cabbage. That's a lot for 4 cabbages.
He's strong. He's more of a dexterous kind of strong.
Yeah.
We'll say that there is closest to you, probably 25 feet away, a group of 6 shadow zombies that are attacking a group of 3 guards.
All right. I think there's safety in numbers. Shall we join them, Naomi?
After you.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm coming in hot at that first zombie with my scimitar.
All right, roll it.
24.
Whoa,
very
did
hot.
not come to play.
Roll damage, please.
All righty then. 7.
Okay. You cleave the zombie's arm nearly off, but it is still standing.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and try and chop off its head with me short sword.
Okay.
15.
That is going to do it. These zombies are, as you said, the remains which have been reanimated of farmers, so they are not wearing any armor.
Wow.
They're in the, yeah. So roll damage.
9.
Okay, you chop that zombie's head off. And it goes bouncing across the courtyard. And you can see peels of black smoke coming off of it as the body drops and it starts to disintegrate rather quickly. Which brings us to Naomi.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna have to pull my dagger, as effective as a boomerang historically is against undead creatures.
Mhm.
I'm going dagger. So I'm gonna just, I guess, like koala jump onto as high up on one of them as I can, and just try to get it through the eye.
Yeah, roll it. Just roll to attack.
Okay, 17.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. Roll for damage.
Okay, 6.
Okay. You stick your dagger into the zombie's eye. You feel it connect with whatever goop is inside the skull. But then the zombie turns its head slowly to you and looking at you with one of its eyeballs filled with dagger. It says, "Rah!" And it swings at you.
Very articulate. So.
Yeah.
That is going to be a 14 to hit. What is your AC, Naomi?
14.
Then it is going to hit you.
Ooh.
It is going to hit you for 3 damage.
Oh, my tiny little body. Okay.
The other zombies swarm around Iratran. We're going to say he's beheaded one is attacking Naomi. 3 of them swarm around Iratran, distracted now as he's just dismembered their friend. That is going to be a 15 to hit Iratran.
16 AC.
17, which is going to hit.
Ouch.
And another 15. You said you have a 16 AC?
Yep.
All right, so you fend off 2 of them, but the third does get through, and it deals 5 damage.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not a huge fan of that one.
The last one goes after the guards and claws one of them across the chest, throwing him across the courtyard, and he tumbles and falls. There are only 2 guards remaining in the pocket. It is their turn, though.
Come on, guards, don't suck.
The first one hits. The second one does not. One of them finishes off the zombie that Naomi was attacking. He shoves a spear right alongside you, Naomi, into its chest and drives it backwards. You fall down with it, which leaves only 4 left. Iratran, it is your turn.
All right, second verse, same as the first. I'm going for, one of these dark-eyed fools. These
Yes.
cursed. Going scimitar, swipe.
Swing it.
Ooh, a 9.
That is not going to do it.
Oh, I feel
Second
bad.
attack.
Coming in with a short sword.
All right.
Oh, another 9.
That's not going to do it. Naomi.
Okay. Let's see. All right. I'm pulling the boomerang. I'm going for the knees. See if I can get him to ground here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's 18.
That's going to do it.
Okay. Great. And oop. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's a 5.
5 damage. That's good. These are zombies. You take one's leg clean off and it falls onto the ground, which brings us to the zombies. Iratran, first one misses. Iratran, second one hits dead on. 16.
Damn.
The third has just been falling, so he'll attack at disadvantage. He just got his leg lopped off by Naomi's boomerang, and the third misses. So Iratran, you're going to take another 5 damage. What is your health?
15. These cats are no joke. All right.
As you think that, Iratran, you see that not only are they no joke, but there is this wave of them that is continuing to pour out. And at that thought, the zombies nearest you get peppered with arrows and fall down. And you can see that there are several archers up on the walls. And there is one of the 2 remaining guards next to you is wearing the insignia of an officer. And he says, quickly, we must make it to the door to the palace. We must hold them off there while they seal it. And he starts running back towards the door that you initially entered in.
Well, let's follow him.
When you get there, You can see that not many guards have made it with you. And he says, we must hold the door. If we can, they'll seal it from the other side. And we might have a chance at protecting those inside the palace. And then he kind of looks across the courtyard with a weary eye and says, though I don't like our odds. And when you follow his glance, you can see now that none of the other guards who have not made it as far as you have are still standing. And there is just a wave of shadow zombies crashing on the courtyard.
This guy's full of good ideas.
He looks to you and says, will you help us hold the door?
Yes, let's get inside the door first.
We'll have to hold it from this side.
Is there something we can barricade it with?
He points in as they're kind of closing it at your initial yes. They took the signal and started to close it. You can see what they're preparing to do inside this door is push furniture up and start to nail it shut.
Yeah.
But the defense of it will need to be on the outside.
Let's
All right.
Let's not hold it long then.
He turns to face the dark wave, and you turn to face it with him. Triss, you are standing over the body of Jean-Luc. He is dead. He has multiple stab wounds in his chest and gut, and when the green skull erupted out of his mouth, it did something pretty nasty to the bones and tendons in his jaw and neck.
I immediately... Who's around me?
Argus has rushed towards the Duchess. There is a group of nobles. The fighting can be heard from outside, but even now, all of the double doors are being slammed shut and lock bars are being dropped into them. So right now, there's just a group of nobles. If you'll remember, right before this moment, the Duchess had called you up onto stage to ask you who you would choose for your...
Right.
Yes. So you're just in the midst of a bunch of nobles. They're all standing around like assholes with their goblets, kind of looking at the guards slamming the doors closed.
I think I look to Argus and look in motion to Jean-Luc, like, can you fix this?
You're on mute. It just gave us more time to enjoy that.
If his jaw was not over there and his head wasn't over here, maybe, but that's a lot. Holy moly, that's a lot.
All right, I stand up and I walk over to the curtain and I grab his sword that I threw in there, and I grab it and I walk up to the guards and I say, "Move, let me out."
As you do this, I guess it would just be the servants, probably. Some able-bodied, some of the younger servants move in behind you, and they start to wrap Jean-Luc's body in a sheet and carry it out one of the side entrances. But the Duchess actually says out loud, though not to you specifically, Beatrice, she does say, "We will all be staying safe in the ballroom, and that is the end of that. There's nothing to fear here." She actually gestures to Argus. At that word, though, Beatrice, the guards are now turned to block not only people from entering, but anyone leaving.
And I say, "I will be helping my friends," and I pick up a croissant and I cut it into 5 pieces in front of them.
You're trying to intimidate them?
Yep.
Okay, roll intimidation.
Please, God, may this work. 15.
Okay, that's pretty good, but
I would be
we're going
intimidated.
against a direct order from the Duchess. So I think what happens is your mother, the Baroness, emerges from the crowd, Beatrice, and puts a hand on your arm and says, "Darling, if your friends are as capable as you seem to think they are, I am sure that they will be fine. But to try and dissuade the Duchess's personal guard to open a door which might allow in whatever trouble is outside might not be the best idea."
Mother, if you could do something in your life to help me out for once, it would be to distract the Duchess so that I can slip out.
I'm going to give you a chance to roll on this, but do you think your mom would let you go sword fight a bunch of zombies?
I don't know. How does
Roll
she react
persuasion.
seeing me do something with the sword?
She's impressed. She's impressed, but I also feel like you would have had sword lessons. It's a noble art. So when you pick up a sword and do something cool with it, I don't think that she's like, "Oh, Beatrice knows how to use a sword," but I do think she likes your what was that ninja fruit slicing game?
Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja.
Yeah, you fruit ninja. When you fruit ninja the croissant, she's impressed. Roll persuasion.
Right.
I'm saying persuasion because it doesn't feel like you are lying in any
Mm-mm.
way. You are saying like, "Please do this for me because this."
11.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it would have been a pretty high mark. She says, "The situation is evolving, Beatrice. I respect that you would not abandon your people, and I will do what I can to help you achieve those goals. However, until things have settled down, I don't know how much say I will have in this room."
Well, I can't just sit here and do nothing. He killed a perfectly innocent man.
It seemed as though he was trying to make an attempt on the Duchess's life.
Well, it wasn't his fault. He was... Well, something was controlling him, and he was just an innocent bystander.
Beatrice, I know you, and I love you, and I trust you. But what you're describing is so far outside the realm of the world that I know that it is difficult for me to do anything with that knowledge. I am suspicious of the things you're saying, though I am not suspicious of you. And if you are telling the truth, I find we will likely have a very difficult time proving it. We certainly won't be able to prove it right now.
All right. Fine.
The camera really just pans to the other side of the room, and we see Argus. Argus, you're standing on that dais up where the Duchess was. And she's looking at you, and it's clear that there is no recognition in her eyes. But some nasty shit just happened.
Can you give me a breakdown of what the courtyard? Okay, actually, this is a simple question. Are there any fountains of water in the courtyard?
Yeah.
Perfect. I do a very, very deep bow to the Duchess, and I say, "Milady, I am Argus Duskwell of the southern tribe of the Hagoldad. I am one of the many leaders of those tribes. I ask your permission and your humble blessing to take care of my friends and perhaps save your people at the same time." Deep bow. Deepest bow. So deep is the bow. The bow is deep.
Yeah, she's not beefing with you. So when you are down there, somebody does whisper into her ear and her expression changes. It's clear to both Beatrice and Argus that she is attempting to. If you guys are interested, roll insight. Let me see how much I can give you here.
I would love to roll insight. In fact, as I deeply bow, I will roll all the deep bowing of inciting. And it's a 14 because my head's
Okay.
down.
That's pretty good. No, so what you recognize, Argus, is that you've made the correct play here. Your words and your bow, especially, is the way to go. But what you can see on her face is an indecision. It seems as though she's trying to save face. What she says is, this wall has never been breached. Inside this courtyard, we are as safe and as healthy as anywhere else in the realm. So, while I appreciate what it is you are trying to do, Master Elf, I do not think we need to trouble ourselves with any of this other stuff.
I lean in very, very politely, kind of in the middle of my bow, still down, slowly leaning in a little bit. I say, my lady, beg your pardon, but it would show face to save as many of the guards that have sworn their life to you as possible. And I can assist with saving more of them if you allow me to go to the front lines.
Yes. May I please just see your invitation?
Oh, I was just part of the entertainment today. I was in it. It's more of a hobby. Playing the bowls. You saw me do the...
We saw your performance. It was very metal. Listen.
In fact, the rest of my band is currently outside protecting the walls, to be really honest. They have my invitation. She's allowing you this private moment. She's been very presentational up until this point. She's now allowing you this private moment. And she says, each of the entertainment were handpicked. And while I can see here that you're invested in my safety and you are willing to sacrifice yourself to save those of your friends, it seems as though there has been an attempt on my life. And until we are clear as to who may have been involved, I must ask that you go with my guards to be further interrogated. Very well, if that's what you request. And I continue my deep, deep bow and start strolling over very casually to the guards, who I guess Triss is still right next to them.
There's like two at every entrance. They've come out of the woodwork in a sense. It's like the cool red stormtroopers that follow the Emperor. She has her own like elite squad that are up on the dais with you. As soon as shit went down, they were there. They're playing it cool because she is not making a big deal out of this, Argus, but they do make it clear that they are the ones who will be escorting you.
Okay. All right. And I kind of I do this.
They like politely put your hands down. They do not cuff you or anything. And they escort you.
That kind of conversation. Okay.
They do escort you out of this banquet hall. It is away from the doors that would lead. It's like we've described it as kind of like an outdoor courtyard kind of celebratory area. It is away from the area where Beatrice is, and what leads deeper into the palace.
Okay.
And you're escorted to. It's like through a servant's door, and right off the kitchen, there's some temporary holding cells.
Do I cross any kind of area with water? Like, do I cross the fountains that I just asked on the way?
Yeah, I mean, there's like this place is decadent, so there are fountains. You know, there are water features and fountains everywhere.
I'm going to cast very subtly shape water and pool 5 gallons of water with me in kind of a ball of sorts.
Okay.
That, you know, I mean, there's a variety of different ways I can I can condense and increase it based upon the shaping. So
Okay, yeah. I think that if you spread it out and get a little bit from a couple different fountains, there's no reason to roll stealth.
My robes are soaking, but I'm just sweating it all out. That's fine.
Okay. We cut back to the courtyard. The exterior courtyard. It is not looking very good. Naomi, what is your health at?
5.
And Iratran?
I'm at a 5 as well.
Oh, look at us.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we're looking at a wall of shadow zombies, and they're doing anywhere from 3 to 5 a pop. I mean, yeah, we got to fight it out.
Yeah, we're here
Here's
for a
what
good
I
time,
think.
not a long time.
I think that with your current HP and the amount of remaining zombies, your chances are slim. And I think that we have a moment here, if we'd like to take it, for the two of you to maybe say goodbye to each other or something. Let's get a scene from Iratran and Naomi before we drop back into initiative. I just thought Naomi was going to go back through the door. I thought she'd be like, fuck it. No, these guys can block their own door. But here we
My
are.
buddy's
So,
out here. Come on. Jeez.
yeah, the two of you look at each other after eyeballing this courtyard. Take it away.
Well, it's not a flying moth or anything, but it still sucks.
I don't think we're gonna get any cool items from these guys. I just have a feeling they don't carry stuff around with them like that, you know.
No.
I was really hoping to make at least a little jacket or something with that fancy fabric, but
Aye. It did look real nice for shiny. It was. There's no reason for you to die.
well, there's always a good reason to die, you know. Otherwise, what's the point? But I did kind of hope to see the ocean once. Can you give it to can you give me the cliff notes? What's it like?
It's open sky and blueness everywhere. It's shimmering freedom.
Well, if we survive this, I'll write a song about it. How about that?
I'll join you. Let me go ahead and light my cantrip and light green flame blade on both my swords.
You got it.
Is that just attached to his stuff? Can he light my boomerang or nah?
I think it's just a solo weapon. Yeah, it's just it's something he can do to his own items.
I thought I'd ask.
All right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just go around like the Red Witch in Game of Thrones. Just like everyone's got flaming swords.
The night is dark and full of flying gnomes.
Okay, so Iratran's blades, green flames climb up them, and the two of you turn to face this tide of shadow zombies as they are now rolling forward. We're going to start with Iratran.
All right. Well,
We're going to just say, first wave, 12.
there's 12 of them in it.
In the first wave, yeah. I'm not going to be like, there's a wave of zombies that crash on the courtyard. 2.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. 2 come out and just like. All right.
They are.
Let's go
for
low.
it, buddy.
Let's go low. I'm gonna go. I saw what you did at their knees, so I'm gonna go scimitar, knee style. Brah. 17.
Okay. That hits. Roll damage.
11 plus fire damage.
Wow, that is a one-hit kill. Iratran cleaves one of them in half,
Brah.
and it falls down the stairs on fire. It actually catches a couple more of them on fire. So now a green flame is climbing up the dirty rags on a couple of the shadow zombies, and you can see that some of them have been injured by some of the guards. Second attack, Iratran.
Well, I'm feeling very confident. We're gonna stab one in the head.
Okay.
Aye. 21.
That'll hit.
Oh, feeling very, very feisty. Let's stab him in the eye. My old move
My dog.
for 6.
All right. We're gonna say that this is one that already was kind of green flamed up, and that is going to. You see the blade go through the head, and then the flames burn its flesh and then bones away, and it too falls. Naomi.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull. So the boomerang, it's not like edged, but it has an edge, and I assume these guys are at least a little bit like brittle and decaying and dead,
Yeah.
right? So I'm kind of So I'm kind of using this like an ad hoc blade, and I'm gonna go double-handed with the dagger and the boomerang, and do like just an ankle, like an ankle cannonball, and try and like take some of these guys to the ground.
Okay. Roll for boomerang first.
Okay. All right, that's a 10. Is it a 10? Yeah, that's a 10.
That's not gonna do it.
No, I'm sure it's not. Okay, and then you want the dagger?
Yes, please.
Okay, I didn't trip on the boomerang. Okay, that's a 13.
That is going to barely cut mustard. Roll damage.
Okay, that is 7.
Okay. You take one of their ankles out, and it falls into a couple others. You can see that it's not getting back up, but the others don't seem to mind, and they crawl over it. But you said that you were kind of like ankle cannonballing into the midst of them?
Yeah.
Okay. It's now the shadow zombie's turn. Okay, the first 2 were misses, the third's a hit.
No.
Okay, that last one's a crit. Okay, so I got 5 hits, the 5th being a crit. Naomi, what's your HP?
5.
Okay.
Oh God.
The first 2 blows. So as Naomi rolls into this, you can see that the zombies are now climbing up and over themselves. She manages to knock one off balance, but then the blows just start raining down on top of her. Naomi, you take 5 damage. The next 3 hits go towards Iratran. The third is a crit. The first one is for 5 damage. And then Iratran, you take a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's right.
He rushes in to try and save Naomi and manages to cleave down 2 more of the zombies, we'll say, before he is then also overrun. So you guys feel yourselves starting to slip away as these shadow zombies are just tearing into you. When all of a sudden you level up.
Hey.
Oh no way! Oh shit!
Here's how it's gonna work, okay?
God damn it!
You have to get to the darkest time before you can,
Jesus.
We're going to set up a separate time in which we're going to pick the finer details of what it means for you two to level up. But as of today, and actually Argus and Beatrice, you level up as well. In this moment, you get the, you're fighting a boss and they're about to deal the killing blow and you level up and you get your full health bar, full mana bar. Bing, 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 bing. The way it's going to work is... What? Gamer Shark? Thank you again. 400 bits from Gamer Shark. Here's how it's going to work. So we're going to get the big fancy stuff in a separate kind of time. But as of today, you basically untap all abilities, get full health, and you are going to add 5 plus your con, except Iratran, who's going to add 6 plus his con modifier to add to your total HP pool.
So I get 9. I get +3 for my constitution, +6 So okay,
So can you give me that formula again? I'm sorry.
Yes, you're gonna have full health, and then you're gonna
Yeah.
add 5 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay, great. Well, okay, 5.
Hot wife, Miss Amy Mack, pucking about. Thank you for the
Ba-boom.
bits. We need them. We love them. We love you.
The bits.
Bits.
You guys are just giving me such a hard time last time about wanting to level up, so I figured I'd make you earn it. This is what happens. The zombie horde falls upon you, and just as you start to feel yourself slipping away, you catch that second lovely wind. The adrenaline floods your body, and both of you stand up. Naomi, much shorter than Iratran, but you see
What?
zombies fly backwards. You're actually going to get a surprise round of combat right now.
Holy
Iratran,
cow.
we're going to bump back up to you. Actually, let's let the guards do a little something.
Yeah, please.
The
You
captain
guard.
misses because
Of course he
he's so
does.
freaked out by your stuff, but one of his buddies hits. And
Jeez.
takes out another one. There
Nice.
are still 6 zombies before you. Iratran, you're up first.
Oh, I'm a little irritated. irritated.
Irritated.
Some of these zombies are bloodied. It should be clear that there has been fighting going on. Go
Well,
ahead,
there's more
Iratran.
to come. I'm going to swing with me scimitar.
All right, roll it.
That's a 16.
That's gonna hit.
Scimitar goes for. Come on, give me my slashing. Oh, 6.
Okay. You wound one, and it looks to be on its last leg, but because you cut off its other leg, I should be clear. And then, but it is still standing. Second attack.
Wait, okay. Short sword to stab the one who's standing. That's an 18.
Roll for damage.
Come on, kill it. Oh, that's a 9.
Okay. That's gonna finish off that zombie. There are 4 left. Naomi, your turn.
Okay, am I still like among them?
Yeah,
Like,
I kind of see it as like, just to continue our pop culture references. That moment in The Matrix Reloaded where Neo's being swarmed by all the Agent Smiths, but then like, and they go flying. You're kind of like in the middle, but you bounced them back just a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, they popped out of the snow like daisies. Mulan, anyone? No. Okay, great. So okay, I will. All right. I feel like the cannonball thing didn't work out super well, so I'm gonna just try to go back towards the edge of the crowd and just try and like ankle bite them like one at a time this time.
Roll an attack.
Okay, here we go. Jesus Christ.
Gamer
Okay.
Shark, thank you for the bit.
That's a 6.
That's not gonna do it.
No.
Roll your second. Are you still doing dagger?
Yeah, the
and
2.
thing?
Yep. Yeah.
Roll it.
Okay. And that's a 4.
That's not
Level
gonna
2
work.
is going really well for me.
Ooh.
Zombies.
Too excited, the zombies.
One of them crits the captain, and he goes down hard.
He should. He's useless. I mean,
the
that's
other
rude.
one rolls a hit on
Compared to
Iratran,
what, me?
which is going to be. The others missed. This is only 1 hit. That's going to be 4 damage, Iratran.
I am so done being damaged by these assholes.
Then the only remaining guard goes and misses, which brings us back to Iratran. There are 4 zombies standing.
I'm gonna go ahead and. Are they injured at all?
Yeah. So what is happening now is with this little rally that you've managed, some of the other guards on the parapets are like queuing up bows and arrows, and now there's starting to be a lot more hail coming down from the tops, and you've caught up like kind of into the heart of them, and the zombies are starting to be routed here. And so the ones that you're currently fighting have seen some battle already, and they are injured.
All right.
But you can see that it is starting to turn here.
All right, let's go ahead and scimitar style. I'm gonna do the biggest swing I can. See if I can just take one dude out. Just reckless abandon style.
Hit it.
13.
That will do it.
Yeah! Yes!
The 6, but a 13 gets through.
Reckless abandon for 9.
That kills another one of the zombies. 3 remain. Iratran, second attack.
All about that reckless abandon. Gonna do it again, short sword style. Not as good. 9.
That's not going to do it. Naomi.
Okay, well, let's try this again. Jesus. Okay, so I'm still well, wait. Okay, so the ones that were are there any like closing in on Iratran? Can I just try and like get one of them off his back?
You guys are in a very intimate fight for as big as this courtyard is. You're all kind of clumped together.
Okay, sure. All right. I don't like this ankle business anymore. I'm just gonna climb one of them like a tree and try to cut its head off. So okay, 17.
That's gonna do it.
Great. What am I doing? Wait for it. 7.
That is going to finish off another one of the zombies.
Aha!
You have a second attack with your little dagger.
Yeah. Great. Okay, cool.
I feel like you climbed a tree, cut the tree's head off, and now the tree's falling. Maybe you can like falling joust with your dagger.
Okay, that one's an 8, so I don't know about that.
That ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay, the 2 remaining zombies turn to attack Naomi. When one of them, you see a sword slap into the side of its head, and it falls down. There is a woman, a noble in full party attire, who yanks the sword out and stabs it into the second zombie. But she's unable to get the sword free as it falls backwards. When the smoke of this moment kind of clears, you can see... did you meet her? Did you guys meet Ambassador Camille?
Yeah. Right?
Okay. So yeah, you would recognize her. I mean, I know that Argus and Beatrice did. Yeah, so it is Ambassador Camille. It's Jean-Luc's
no, we didn't. Yeah, they did. Okay. We didn't.
She's just hacked into them with a sword she must have picked up from some of the nobles that just tossed their weapons and bounced out. She turns to speak to you just as an arm grabs her from behind and pulls her backwards. It's not a zombie arm. And you see, Naomi, especially you, that Estyn is now dragging her back towards the Sally Gate.
Ooh,
in this moment,
Satan.
all of the guards have rallied on the parapets, and their arrows are being very effective. Estyn yells, "Victory is yours, may it be bittersweet, Naomi," and ducks out the Sally Gate. And you hear the Ambassador Camille say, "Jean-Luc!"
But fuck you too for forgetting about me.
With your nice little attack there, and the archers who have now assembled, the Shadow Dead are driven out of the Sally Gate before it is sealed behind them. It is not an easy maneuver, but the guards are able to force them out with your help and lock the gate.
Oof.
Beatrice. Your mother has escorted you back to the crowd of nobles. It's been a tense couple minutes. I don't think it's been long. I mean, what we just witnessed with Iratran and Naomi would not have taken long. And the Duchess actually gestures to you, Beatrice, and says, "Well, this is getting rather boring, right? Let's raise our glasses. A toast to those who keep us safe in the night."
Do you really think it's wise to toast with so many people dead?
Are you saying this to the Duchess?
Yes.
She says, "I toast those who deserve it." And then she takes a sip, and everybody in the crowd does as well. They're all looking to her. They do not have the same look on their face as you do, however. And she says, let's get this party back on the... What is the saying? Does anyone hang out with the lower class? They love this saying. What is it?
Track.
Yes, the track. Excellent. Beatrice, I believe you were about to make an announcement. Please, join me on stage.
Right now? It seems very, very superficial to talk about that right now.
Roll insight.
13.
Okay. You don't get any new information, but you can see she's really doubling down on the whole everything's cool here mentality. So whether or not she feels the way she does when she is speaking, she's locked in. And she does gesture, and your mother gives you a gentle little push.
Fine. Fine. And I look out. Who do I see? Everybody?
Who are you looking for? Because there's like a crowd. So here's the deal. She's pushing for this business as usual thing. And while everybody's deferring to her, it is a very tense room that you are now looking out over. But there is a party's worth of nobles and additional ones who have crammed in here after running out of the courtyard outside. So it is a full area in front of you. Who are you looking for in particular?
Well, I'm scanning the room for Naomi and Iritran, and then also
You're not inside.
Barton
Botan is nearby,
Gustav.
and he is intoxicated and holding on to somebody who doesn't seem to know him, but he's kind of clutching their arm.
And where's Gustav?
Roll perception.
22. Finally.
You do not see him. But you get a very good look at the room, and you do not see him.
What? Look at my mother. Where is Gustav?
She shrugs and looks around and says, I don't know. Is that who you're going to choose?
Yes, fine. Whatever. I don't care. Make the announcement. Fine. Everybody, I choose Gustav. Now, where is he?
There's a bit of polite clapping, and everybody looks around. And the Duchess says, "Wonderful, Gustav from the Cumberbat family. Please join us on stage." Gustav? And there is no response. And she turns and looks to you and looks rather disappointed. And she says, under her breath, "Well, that's what you get for putting your chips in a bastard's basket." And then she says, let me just check my notes here. Botan stumbles forward and says, "Well, if he's unavailable, I hold my claim. Beatrice, I will love you for the rest of your life." And the Duchess says, "Excellent. Now, this is a man we can put our faith in. I am very pleased to announce that Beatrice and Botan Buttenberg are now betrothed."
I fake a faint.
Botan tries to catch you. I'm gonna roll at disadvantage because he's drunk, and he only manages to get his hands on you, and the two of you fall together. So you're just kind of in this pile of nobility, and there's a smattering of clapping. Nobody's happy about this, it is a very tense room. You can still hear the fighting from outside, and the Duchess says, "Cheers." Okay. I just want to pop in with Argus for just a second. Argus, they are asking you, they brought you to a small cell. You are locked in. They are asking you. You're on mute. They are asking you. Their first question is, "How did you? Where is your invitation?
Oh, I don't have one.
How did you get into the ball?"
Oh, through the side door. I was entertainment.
All of the entertainment was handpicked. You're on this list. What is the name of your band?
Oh, we're the Greased Up Gnomes.
He pulls up the list that you could see the bouncer, or not bouncer, that like stage manager was holding earlier. And she's just, there's like the written list, and underneath in her handwriting, the Greased Up Gnomes with her initial next to it. And he says, "Bring me Sally. We'll get to the bottom of this."
That's okay. Sally will be very happy to answer any questions you have. We're considered to be an add-on. In fact, we were supposed to be after all the stuff with the Duchess was supposed to happen with the invitation. We're more like the playoff music. But then they put us up front, so we only had to do half of our band. Long story, way too long. I could go on forever. Listen, bottom line is, you saw us perform. You know we got skills. And, yeah.
Do you have any weapons on you, Argus?
Currently at the moment, if they want them, they can have them.
Well, no, I mean, like, what are you carrying? I think they're just
yeah. I'm still carrying my short bow on my back, and I do have a sickle at my side.
And do you always bring implements of war to your performances?
Oh no, these are actually part of my instrumentation. I play the bowls, and it actually changes the tone to place wood inside the bowl or metal.
And you chose weapons?
Well, of course, because that's the only thing I can travel with on my belt.
You could see why we would find this suspicious.
Oh, do you want them? You can have them. It's fine. I already finished my performing.
He takes them and sets them aside. At that moment, Sally comes in.
Hi, Sally.
She looks very flustered. She actually has a long gash down her arm. Maybe she had been in the courtyard when shit went down, and it's been hastily bandaged. And she says, I do know this man. He arrived late. They didn't have any invitations, but they were being kind of lax with the side door, so we asked him to step on when somebody wasn't available. But the first time I met him was here.
We were referred.
Okay.
If you'd like me to stay here, it can be confirmed by everyone later on if you'd like. I have no problem with it.
What you're getting from them, Argus, roll insight.
I genuinely don't actually care that much, to be
That's
real.
fair.
But that's fine. Hold on, let me get to it. For some reason, it's not letting me jump to my page. I did level up already, by the way, as a heads up. So
Sweet.
Insight is it's a 13.
Okay.
I'm more intrigued by the actual building of the cell than anything else. I'm not used to being indoors, so anything that has walls that look like they've been built by man is very fascinating to me.
I think that this helps your cause in a sense. They're not coming at you hard, Argus. It's just that because of what has happened and happening still, your story is, it's like more confusing to them than them actually placing you as part of this. And so they say, like, and I think they're even a little apologetic about it. They're like, buddy, look, we're not accusing you of anything, but until this is figured out, we're gonna need to play it safe.
That's fine. Yeah, this looks very, very comfortable. Do you guys do meals here?
He like says, Sally, would you go and get maybe a platter of, are you, what, do you have any dietary restrictions?
Vegetables and fruits would be lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sally.
She steps out and goes to get you some vegetarian snacks.
Lovely.
Naomi and Iratran. You are still in the courtyard. Camille's cries are muffled, but can still be heard. She keeps screaming help, and also Jean-Luc. When you get to the portcullis, which has now been closed and locked, you can see out and see that she is being dragged up and around a bend by Estyn towards the Atzian Mountains, which, are kind of a half circle behind the palace, a natural defense. She's being, like by the time you can locate where the cries are coming from, she's being pulled around a bend, and her and Estyn disappear.
But they're on the other side of the now locked portcullis.
Yes,
Okay.
they are on the side that the zombies came in from.
Okay.
And you can
there are
see
more
that
out there?
the zombies are some milling around outside the gates. Some of them are just like starting to deteriorate. Some of them are just going away. Others, it's like some of them, the magic that has kind of brought these bodies back to life is still active on some while it's waning on others.
Okay, because like when you said they're just going away, I was like, what? They're just they got their alarm.
They're done
They're
now,
like,
yeah.
it's time for me to go.
It's less of like a
Union
purposeful
break.
leaving and more of like a shambling. And it's like like outside these gates, there is a well-maintained path closest to the palace. But as it gets, farther up, it is a mountain range. And so you can see some of the zombies like shambling, and then they'll just like fall off the side of the thing without even noticing. They're just kind of dispersing.
Okay.
But there is a cluster of them,
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, but I could use a drink.
Well, but are we just gonna let him get away with that nice diplomat? She was really clutch. She came in and stabbed people. She was better than I was.
Are you in any position to chase?
Well, no, but I have a bone to pick with that creepy guy who I totally thought was my friend. I feel personally
Creepy?
betrayed. Yes. Come on. We're just gonna let him drag her off into the forest? You want a drink now? I mean, so do I, but come on, priorities.
Priorities first. Let's heal. And I heal with ale. That's inside.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. You know what? That sounds great. I want that now. I changed my mind. Let's go. Let's go inside.
When you guys turn around and go back to the door that was being barricaded, they are carrying the body of the captain who actually asked you to help away, and somebody has been field promoted to kind of take his space, and they're a little bit less confident. And they say, we've sealed the door from the outside. They aren't letting anyone back into the palace.
Well, there goes our drink.
But at that moment, a familiar face walks up behind, not quite behind the guard, a little like, hello. And you can see that it is actually Gustav, but he is wounded. He has a deep gash in his neck that he's been unable to stop the bleeding on, and he's holding a very nice but very soiled handkerchief into it, and he's saying,
Let's follow that cheeky bleeding man.
You'd never ask.
Yeah, he just goes a little bit away, and he says, yes, well, so Gustav has a fucking accent. It's Jean-Luc who didn't. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
We didn't meet him though, right? Like the two of us have not. We didn't meet Gustav.
You did as Vax though when he was back.
Yes. Okay. Yes. But he's
So
in his whole. He's in his whole.
He's in
kit
his
now.
regal attire.
Yeah. He's got that. He's got that noble drip, and we recognize him probably.
Yeah, you would recognize him even though he's shaved and cleaned up. He is the same dude.
Okay.
You're welcome to ask him any questions that you'd like, actually. He just kind of pulls you over to the side because he, without a doubt, knew who you guys were. Yeah, would you like to ask him about anything?
Glad to see you're still alive. Hey, how's my guy? Rats.
Roaches.
Roaches. My dude. Did he make it through all this? What's he up to?
I believe they are still safe inside the palace.
Glad to hear it. Stand up, guy.
You all three were inside. All four inside.
Well, some of us had invitations, yes, as I'm sure that some of you did as well.
Oh no, none of us did.
You put on a hell of a show, though. I say so myself.
Beatrice, who was fitting right in.
The princess, of course, fits in.
Yes. Are you trying to get back inside?
I'm trying to get a drink, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. There's a lot of zombifying, and I'm not accustomed to that, really.
I think we also need to check on our friends. I mean, I think they're safe inside, but this has
Right,
been a
yes.
weird day. I feel like we need to just have a little powwow.
Yes, I too would like to check on my friends. I don't feel quite at 100%, but if you are willing to be my escort, I think I might be able to get the three of us back inside.
Yeah, let's go.
He leads you away from the barricaded door, and actually, and as he's walking through the palace grounds, it's clear that he's been here several times because he knows where he's going. He goes to he goes through a couple covered awning, like arcade-style covered awnings, takes you through kind of around the palace, and then to a servant's door, which they do, with Gustav's word, allow you to get back inside. He is able to get you back into, unless you want to go anywhere else, he can get you back to the main area.
Not sure how wise that is. It seems like they're trying not to get people out, but that's where all our friends are.
Yeah.
And that's where all the drinks are. Let's go in. Let's go.
Yeah, you guys have a little bit going for you because it's a little chaotic around here. And with Gustav walking with you several times, we'll say even several times you're stopped. And Gustav presents his invitation. His name carries some weight. There are a couple nobles nearby. When they hear Cumberbutt that snicker, but the guards are not giving him any bullshit. And they don't snicker just because he said butt. What did you say, my little ear in this ear? Okay. Yeah. So here's what's up, y'all. Time passes, but just a little bit. The palace goes on a bit of a lockdown, and the guards are reorganized and sent out to clean up some of the mess. Triss, you and your mother are escorted along with several. This is a fucking massive palace, just by the way. And so most of the nobles are put up in suites or individual rooms, and it gets a little tight. When they find out, Beatrice, that you had doings with Argus and some of the other things that have been going on, and that your new fiance is not in quite fighting shape to keep you safe, you are escorted to your own place. It's in a suite next to where your mother is being put up and your father. Triss, your prison cell is fabulously furnished with a 4-poster bed, beautiful art, and all the trappings one would expect in a suite at the palace. A massive window opens out onto a starless night, and any hope of escape is dashed by the 40-foot drop to the ground and the thorny roses covering the wall. Because you two are kicking it, I'm going to take some of your guys' choices here, and I'm going to I want to add them in. Gustav shows up at your door, Beatrice. He knocks. You know that there's guards posted outside. You've not had any visitors besides your mother, who's come and gone. After asking you, for the love of God, Beatrice, do not get us into any more trouble. And she goes to have a glass of warm milk. But then you get a knock at the door.
Lord. Might as well open it. Open the door.
You can see that it's Gustav. He has had his neck bandaged. And behind him are Naomi and Iratran.
Open the door. Please come in.
Wow, you got the nice room, huh? Look at this. Jump on the bed a little bit.
Yeah. Please feel free. Break it in. Get it dirty. I don't care.
Break it in. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Gustav does step outside while you two are getting reacquainted with bouncing on the bed. And you can see that he says something to the guard and does something with his hands, and then one of the guards leaves.
And we see this.
Yeah, you are welcome to see more if you'd like to roll high on perception.
I will try.
Yes, absolutely.
I want to know. 23.
You can
21.
see Iratran, though you can tell that he has deft hands. He has just passed a bag of coin to one of the guards. And not long after, the guard returns with Argus.
Oh.
And Gustav says, well, money goes a long way.
We got the band back together.
Right. I'm
Wow,
so
this
glad
is-
you're all alive.
This is much nicer than my cell was.
Right?
Yeah.
You
Well,
got a
cell
cell.
is a cell.
Oh yeah, I had a beautiful cell. It had it had a gate on it that was locked for my protection, of course.
Of course.
And I got to spend a little bit of time. I took a nice cat nap. How long has it been, DM?
I don't think it's been. Let's say golden hour was kind of when you guys were at the ball and the zombies attacked. So it's that evening, but it's only been a couple hours.
Would it be enough to be constituted as a short rest?
Oh yeah, you guys can have a short rest.
Oh, I took an itty bitty short rest, and for some reason now I have this really weird thing going on, and I don't know how it happened, but I feel stronger. Like if I could describe it, it'd almost be like a leveling up, if you will, kind of thing. And this happened, and I put out my hands, and just claws just pop out of nowhere, and they go. Yeah, I know that was weird. That just came out of nowhere.
We talking like cat claws? Or
Yeah,
is there like
full on like knife claws, like little 4 or 5 inch knife claws, just kind of pop out of my hand. That's a weird thing that just happened, but it feels good.
When did you figure out you could do that?
I don't know. I was just meditating and it just happened. It was weird.
Wow.
That just must be the world. I mean, like the world is in very mysterious ways. I don't know.
Yeah. Does
we
anyone else
give
want to
you-
get room service? Is it just me? I haven't eaten anything. I was
I'm
performing, and then there were
waiting for it.
zombies.
What is your service?
Gustav says? So, I don't know that that's necessarily a great idea, nor is the rest of you staying here for any longer than is necessary. The circumstances of your attendance at the party are suspicious enough that my gold will not do much to keep you safe, should you continue to be as suspicious as all of you are bound to do. He pulls you aside, Beatrice, and says, I did hear that I lost out to the better man.
Lucky me. Look, you need to get me out of here. I'm not marrying Barton. It's not happening. And if that means I have to leave indefinitely, then it's going to happen.
I can pave the way for you and your friends to leave, but unfortunately, I will have to remain here at the palace.
Why?
It seems I've been called to a duel.
By who? Oh, please don't tell me it's Barton.
It is.
Like right now, can you do the duel right now while he's really drunk?
No.
Can we
I
watch?
will need-
Can we watch the duel right now while he's really drunk?
The duel will be at first light, and as per rules of engagement, he and I will both be staying in the palace, and they will make sure that neither of us tries to miss the time of start.
I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. Do you want me to talk to someone? And
If you could duel him instead,
I would love to.
I'm just.
That's a
kidding,
shame you'll be
Beatrice.
killing him, man.
I'm just kidding, Beatrice.
Can we watch? Can we watch if she kills?
I
him?
would
Can
love
we
that
watch,
if I
please?
had a little fan club. Yes.
It's a shame you'll be killing a random man.
A
He
random
seems nice
man.
enough, at least. I
Barton.
just met him. Button, whatever his name is. he can't drink for shit, but
Oh,
he
he
seems
can't
nice
drink
enough.
shit. Absolutely, I agree with that.
Um,
We didn't even give him the moldy lemon in the ale. He just was wasted.
Just wasted.
Wasted.
Duel will be at first light. They've not picked the place. It will be near the palace, but probably not on the grounds.
Hmm.
If you'd like to come back and join me, I would take the support. But I think it best for now if you get out of here while you still can.
No, this is all my fault. I'm not going to leave.
Well, to be fair, there's a lot we still must be doing. For instance, there is a woman who did save our lives. I know her not, but she did save our lives, and it seems rude to just let her die.
A woman saved your lives.
Aye.
What does she
Yeah,
look like?
she was a diplomat. She was handy with a sword, but very nice outfit.
When they
Um,
describe her to you, Beatrice says, I didn't give them much physical detail. It's clear to you that they are talking about Ambassador Camille.
Oh.
Oh, that's Ambassador Camille. Her fiance was Jean-Luc, who was possessed and died.
Oof.
The one who
He's
they
having a
used to
bad day.
assassinate.
Yeah.
The one that he used to try to assassinate the Duchess.
Right. She wielded a sword. I had no idea.
Yeah,
She seemed like an indoor girl.
you could tell by the way she swung it that she is.
No offense, you.
Oh, that's unfair. I thought she was very, very useful.
So
Sure.
what happened to her?
Well, unfortunately, our slippery friend Estyn made off with her through a side door and sort of off into the gloaming kind of thing. So we should really probably go after her. That guy is bad news.
Right.
I doubt his intentions are nice.
Do you
I
think?
can get you to the back gate, and I can probably get you out. I will leave word with the guards at the palace gate where the duel will be taking place, and if you are able to make it back in time, I would love for your support. I will do what I can to smooth over the invitation incident. Beatrice, I hope you do not mind that I will be throwing your name around quite a bit.
Throw it all you want. I deserve everything.
I wouldn't beat yourself up. You are going to
Really?
have to marry Botten.
Well, not unless. Wait. What's the parameters of the duel? Is it just first to surrender, or is it first to die?
In the rules of the duel, the aggressor may take it as far as they like. Typically, if one surrenders, the duel can be ended by the challenger, though it is not unheard of for them to finish what they started in the name of honor, nor is it illegal.
So archaic. I didn't. They're not letting me pick for myself, and it's stupid, and I hate it.
To be fair, Beatrice, I would not marry you.
Well, I wasn't planning on marrying you. I was
Oh,
just going to
sorry.
pick you
I
and let
didn't
you
mean to-
go.
Sorry.
Never
Yes,
make
of course,
someone
that's what I
marry me
meant.
that didn't want to.
It's not that I don't want to, Beatrice, but as you feel, so do I. To marry without love would be disastrous.
Right.
And while I feel like we have a nice thing developing here, it is a bit early to say I do forever.
Right. And with Botten, it's literally torture.
Yes. But I will say, and perhaps you will find me a hypocrite, I certainly do. I think eventually, Beatrice, you will need to choose between one day which life you actually want.
I'll think on it. I don't like getting older.
Nobody does. Gustav is able to get you guys outside of the palace if that is indeed what you would like to do.
I think that's the move, right?
That's my vote.
What's working in his favor right now is that people don't have little headsets and text notifications, and so he's able to just go through side passages where there are guards, but the cleanup is still happening. Nobody's sure exactly how all of this went down, and so he's able to just kind of ride that uncertainty, use his name and Beatrice's, and a little bit of gold, and he is able to get you guys out of another sally port, not the one where the zombies came through, that is close enough to the back of the palace that can get you onto the road where you saw Cremille being pulled away. And he says at the gate, "This is where I leave you. I will leave word with one of the guards at this location when the arena for the duel is decided. It will be at first light, so you will need to move quickly, but I do hope to see you there."
Thanks again. And let's head out.
Good luck.
You too. And he turns back and goes inside the gate, and they close and lock it behind him. And you can see from when you're way out, but especially hearing it now, all of these gates are being completely locked down.
I would just like to say that I like him, and I think that he's much better off than the drunk. Just saying.
Also, have you guys seen that other guy? He can take him no problem, right? We're not really worried about this. That guy's ridiculous.
No, Barton can't even stay on his horse. It's pretty bad.
I feel a little bad for him, to be fair. I mean, he's such a useless human. And then he's just gonna die.
Well, hopefully he doesn't die. He just gets very embarrassed and leaves.
Either or.
Yeah.
I think that this chat is what kind of carries you into the night. Somebody just give me a baseline survival check real quick.
Ooh, fun. 18.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to read you a little flavor here, and then I'm going to give you some more info based on your roll. As you proceed, it's near the deep part of night, where coyotes crackle in distant crags, bats dash unseen in the sky, and each step is harrowingly steep. The path is well trodden and easy to follow, which brings a certain comfort. And as you all trump up the mountain switchbacks, you find that talking might help with the passage of time. So, as I said before, the path was very obvious and maintained directly outside the palace. But as you get up farther into the mountains, it's obvious that it is still used frequently, but it is not manicured. But with that roll, Iratran, you do pick up Estyn's tracks. Based on you saw him going. He was dragging Cremille behind him. That is what you're seeing. You're seeing the tracks of somebody who is being struggling against being moved and kicking a lot of the dirt aside. The mountains are steep and sparse, and there's not a lot of growth as soon as you get into the proper area of them. I'm just curious. I think that there's going to be a little bit of a time jump here, but if you guys wanted to have a chat, I know that you were recently asked what your group name was by that Tommy Wiseau ass motherfucker. But you kind of deferred to saying like, oh, we wouldn't want to choose until the whole group was together. If you it would be such a treat for me if we could just get like a snippet of that as you are trudging up the mountain following this path.
You mean you want suggestions?
I don't. I kind of want to hear how you guys decide what your group name is.
Well, I think the Greased Up Gnomes was probably the most amazing idea we possibly could have come up with, considering the fact that only 1/4 of us were gnomes. That was
seconded. I think that's a great idea.
I feel it was good in the moment, but I don't necessarily want to be known forever as a greased up gnome.
How about the Greased Up Crew? Then we could be greased up individuals and greased up as a group. It's depends on how you feel. Do you want to get greased up with all of us?
Maybe we go the Greased Up Gang. We get the alliteration going,
Doug,
like
the Greased Up Gang.
Gug. That's
Well,
yeah.
we are Gug. It's a nice way to open up our musical set too, if you think about
It's
it.
like we're choking on something.
We are.
Gug, gug, gug.
It has a ring to it. I'm not sure.
Nothing to it.
I'm not sure I'm a fan of. It doesn't roll off the tongue, the gug.
No, it's glottal. It's glottal, you know.
Gug.
All right, so front runner doesn't need to be set in stone yet. Front runner is Greased Up Gang.
Uh-huh.
About the time that
There we go.
Naomi's just about to convince Iratran, Iratran, you see that the tracks that you have been following, they disappear. They actually dead end into a rock face. You're about midway up the mountain. You guys have been trucking for a while. It is full dark now, and it is pretty deep night. But there is just this stone face of the wall directly across the path, and the tracks go right up to it, and then that's it.
Well, I know not what happened here, but I can't walk through rocks.
Hold on a second. We got to pause the stream. I just got to say, I love Iratran's voice.
Me too.
Well, thank you.
It's great.
He's a work in progress.
It's just really like
Aren't we all?
it's coming. It's coming there. I love it. Okay, sorry.
Thank you. But again, I can't move mountains. Does anyone have an idea of how this came to pass?
Well, we've encountered walls before, I know we've all tried to forget that nightmare garden situation we were in, but I recall one of us had a very particular acumen for figuring out wall stuff.
Oh, you mean you and the mouse traps? Great.
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, right, me. Yeah, I'm gonna do an Arcana check if that's okay.
Please do.
Cool beans. Please hold. Arcana. Where's my Arcana?
No.
Exactly. Yeah. Hold on.
That was the thing with you.
Arcana. It's an Arcana, and it's a number 16.
That's
Ooh.
pretty good.
Really great
Um,
number.
You are actually clued into a pocket of magic. It seems very deliberate and very specific, Argus. It is an illusion charm that's been placed over, we're talking like shoulder height, very innocuous, just a rock among a billion in this mountain range seems to have an illusion charm centered on it. Without use magic, you can't get all of the information that would give you, but you are able to kind of locate that this rock has been hit with some illusion magic.
I press on the rock.
Your hand goes through it, actually.
Ugh!
And as soon as you interact with it, the illusion disperses. And you can see underneath, there's a nice cutout of what is like an inset metal plate and a keyhole.
Does anyone have a key?
Oh shoot. Dig through
No,
my
but I've got a
pockets.
lock
Together
picking
first.
kit.
Please roll sleight of hand.
18.
With a few short seconds, it's almost like she was showing off. Triss is able to click, and the door, a seam of a door appears as the door unlocks, and it actually swings in on its own. It just seems like some pretty meticulous camouflage was put into the creation of this door. But it leads to a passageway that heads into the mountain.
Something tells me we should probably check for traps. I prefer not to get stabbed again.
Right.
Roll it. I believe it's just going to be a perception.
Oof. Anyone roll better than a 9?
Yes.
Eritran,
Ooh, how the turntables.
looks okay.
Oh, I also got a 9.
Yeah, looks good.
It looks good, guys. It's all clear.
Why do I trust it? No, it looks great. It's fine. Thumbs up.
God.
Argus is going to sniff the air, like, and I rolled a 10, so I'm not really sure if I smell anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's this pretty good consensus among group members here. Looks good.
It smells good too.
I rolled a 7. I think I was just looking for mice.
Naomi was looking in the wrong spot and then turns around and sees over her shoulder and says, actually, yeah, that's a nice looking tunnel.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, God.
Live a little. YOLO!
Yeah, you step
Yes, they
into
call it the thug life.
You step into the tunnel and onto a pressure pool. Just kidding. The path goes on for a little while. There are
Thug life.
thug life.
Oh my God.
Thug life.
How dare you?
I imagine this is a
Shark
wonderful.
420 for that. Thug life.
Gug.
Oh,
my-
Gug life, nice.
I thought you said thug life.
Me too. I thought it was maybe
better.
inside Naomi joke, but no, Gug life's good.
So much better. So much better.
Kind of like seeming like maybe you guys are gonna end up being the Greased Up Gang. Yeah. So in this place, there are channels cut up into the mountain that you can actually see starlight through. They go high up. They're very, very deep and thin skylights. And there's a couple places where there are torches that are mounted on the wall, but they are not lit. The path stops at a tall, flat slab that stands unnaturally in the mountainside. It'd be easy to write this off as a dead end, if not for the fact that a disfigured hunchback is sweeping the entry. He's wearing a Capitol Guard uniform that you haven't seen before. When he notices your group, he drops his broom and dashes into a pocket tucked between two sheer faces of rock. They've been staggered to create the illusion of a flat surface. That is, until you get closer and find a heavy iron door. I think that these paths, I'm just trying to paint the picture for myself because I think it's fun. I think that these paths are a series of tunnels and ledges that are kind of winding through different parts of the mountain. So some parts are actually underground. Some parts are open air, but they're just like going from one cave to another. And so this door that you've just found is in a section that is in fact underground. There's a little slit that opens up, and the hunchback yells from inside, "Who sent you?"
Hello there. My name is Argus Duskwell, and we are the we are the Greased Up Gang, and we're just here as to perform for your ceremony. Because we're a band. We're a band.
You're doing great. You're
Yes,
doing great.
we actually just performed for the Duchess. We're kind of a big deal.
Very good.
Oh, we actually just had someone come from that party.
Oh, that's great. I
Oh,
think
nice.
we were supposed to be the after entertainment.
Yeah, it was kind of winding down,
Yeah.
just kind of.
We're supposed to wind it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we sent him to get the party really started.
This is definitely a deception roll. Argus, I'll let you do that. I feel like Naomi's trained in deception. Yes. So she can give you advantage on that.
Okay, you down for that? Because I have a -1. This is gonna be great. Here we go.
Buckle up, buddy.
That's all right. It's a crit fail with a 0. Do I even?
Jesus,
get
never
advantage
let the
on
elf
that?
talk.
No, you got advantage. So we'll at least,
Okay.
unless you roll another
Are we
one.
cool if I go physical dice? Because this
Yeah.
obviously is not
How'd
going
you
very
roll
well.
a 0?
Is it
Okay.
-1?
Oh,
It's
no.
a 15 -1, so it's a 14.
Yeah, so look, I love surprises, and occasionally they do send entertainment up here for us. But you look suspicious. So I'll only let you in under the guise that you are a band if you prove it to me right now.
Sure.
Well, do you not look at the uniforms? We still have our cool like robes, right?
Yeah, I
We
guess
do.
so.
Oh God.
Yours
we
are
still-
covered in blood and zombie goo if you
Yeah.
are still wearing them.
Yeah,
Let's do the
It was
show.
a killer concert.
Yeah,
Right.
you know. We
I
do
mean,
a lot of
I do enjoy that kind of humor,
Right.
Argus Duskwell.
Yeah, have you ever seen Guar?
Yes?
It was very much a show like that. So very interactive.
Would you like us to perform a little ditty for you right now? We could do that.
It would definitely ease my mind.
All right. Well, I guess that Naomi's gonna sing again, and so I pull out my
yeah, bust out the cups, buddy.
I just
Sorry.
what I do is I just pull out my one water skin that I have, and then utilize the water around it to create a single kind of like a single note, almost like a percussion, like blowing into a jug,
Mhm.
like a jug band. So I just kind of go into a rhythm like.
Can I put my hands like this?
Take it away, Naomi.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we showed up at the party and we performed for the Duchess. But then something bad happened and we had to go outside. And we said, oh my God, all these farmers are dead. And we fought and we almost died too.
We almost died.
And then we went inside to tell our friends that there were a whole giant horde of zombies. Eh, oh, hey. And then I do an ocarina solo.
Okay. He is now face pressed against it, and he says, "I love your song. I must ask, is it fictional?"
Yeah, no, we write from the heart. You know, they say write what you know. And this is all stuff that it's sort of a concept album we're working on. We're actually touring right now. Hence we're kind of doing a whole road thing.
Yeah. From the time
We're expected over in the Haraskara next week, so we are in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, great venue, great lineup.
So
Yeah.
we're a little late.
They're calling it the Desert Festival. Wondering why, but
They shout outs here coming at you. Gamer Shark killing it.
Damn.
What was that last one? Pass the meeple. Miss Amy
Yeah.
Mac. Hot wife and pucking about. Thank you so much.
At the meeple. Is that from Meeples for the People?
My first client.
This the guy closes the slot, and then you hear a bunch of different locks being opened from inside. And he opens the door and he actually beckons you in. And just so I can stop calling him the guy, he says, "It's a pleasure to meet all of you. My name's Rifkin Nilwatt. Come in, come in."
Rifkin.
Bit thanks from Merc Worky alert. Mitt Rifkin? Rifkin Nelwatt. Rifkin waves you inside and closes the door behind, and then goes through a series of locking a lot of different locks.
Wow, what do you got in here?
Oh, sorry.
That's the most intricate set of locks I've ever seen. I mean, we hit the palace up recently, and they have got nothing on you guys.
I forget that the knowledge of Carzarella rock is not common.
Is that like prog rock?
No, unfortunately not. Anybody want to roll history? They're welcome to.
Sure.
Sure.
This is a secret location, so you will need to roll high.
Okay.
14.
21.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Talk about it.
Anybody else?
I rolled a 4.
11.
Okay. Triss, Iratran, you've never heard any of this. Argus, you've heard rumors, and so have you, Naomi. Naomi, you've heard the most out of everybody. You've heard that the humans keep a secret prison, though nobody knows where. The only reason that these rumors even persist is that over a very long period of time, when certain people go missing or go quiet, these rumors have come about. And it is said that Karzer Elarak is is the name, though it's unsure how people found out about it. It's like, it is just, it is a bad rumor. But that when he says that sparks it in your brain that you may be in this prison.
Captive audience.
So here's what's up. I think that the moment you say this song is real, Rifkin starts talking about the guests that had just come up before you, not long before you got here, saying that they too looked like they were in a state, and we were harboring them here because they said there was dangers on the road, but perhaps if there's dangers at the palace, we'd be happy to take you in and keep you safe. Beatrice, would you have changed into adventuring gear, or are you still in noble gear?
I mean, if I had access to it, where would I have gotten it?
To me, like, I don't like to just lock people out of their shit. So
Right.
to me, like, it could be assumed that you have like a go bag that you could have brought with you after you changed out of your stuff.
Then yes, absolutely,
Okay.
and I would definitely like my weapons back.
Okay, then yes, you have them. I just assume when I'm a player, I never want to be like, I got this +1 bow. Oh, but you can't bring it to the party. I'm like, fuck that. Mariachi style, it's in my banjo case. Anyways.
Excellent.
So yeah, you got your stuff. He does not recognize you as a noble then, Beatrice. It would have just flavored his interaction, but he is bringing you in, and he says, you will be able to seek shelter here, and we will send word down to the palace. They know we're up here, so we'll send word down to the palace, and when it's safe, we'll be able to escort you back down. Until then,
Much obliged.
make yourself at home in this secret prison.
But there's really no rush. You know, we're very, very comfortable wherever we end up. I mean, we're very, very relaxed. So
Yeah.
Although we do have
tell
to
the
maybe
palace
watch our
where
friend
we
die at dawn, so there's.
I
But
get
don't need
it,
to tell the palace where we are right now. There's no need right now. We will make our way back. We are.
Yeah. So I have a question. You said someone came from the palace before. How many people were with them?
It was just a man and a woman.
Oh, I would love to see them again, because I remember them fondly from the party earlier.
Sure, I just directed them, as I was about to direct you, towards the interior of the prison. I'm not able to leave the front gate, so I'll stay here, but you are welcome to continue on.
And you stand as a strong sentry, Rifkin.
Thank you. Means a lot.
I pat him on his.
I don't get a lot of compliments, so yeah, thank you.
I just pat him on his little hunch.
He like quivers.
I pat him on the other side that doesn't have the hunch, and then slowly slide my hand over the hunch and lightly tap.
He just. Okay.
We make this.
You guys. You guys go into the prison.
Nice.
It's one thing to note is that it's I don't think any of you would have ever seen a place like this before. So besides Rifkin, there are guards, but you get the impression that if you're here, it's assumed that you're supposed to be. So nobody seems to be hassling you. The other thing to note is there are probably a couple dozen, though they're never all in the same place, stone golems. These things they're walking mountains. They are standing sentry at several different hallways, around several different entrances and exits, and some of them are on patrol. When they walk near enough you feel the earth tremble beneath their feet. But they don't pay you any mind. They are just going about their business. But they're these large, very imposing... it looks like they are these huge warriors whose armor is made out of stone. But you know, Argus, that they were called forth from the earth itself. And you head deeper into the prison. There's not many places to turn off at first, and you start to see that you're going down a corridor lined with cells. What's interesting is none of the cells are locked, and what are assumed to be prisoners are just coming and going from deeper in this place, and some of them are lounging in their cells. Some of them are hanging out. None of them look... they don't look happy. They don't look all that healthy, but they don't seem to be confined to their areas. But there is something interesting, Iratran, because as you are walking down this corridor of cells, I see it as a big open space with a lot of cells built up as like boxes, you know, like cubicles. And there's several rows, and you're going down one of them. You see a familiar face, though it has been a very long time. You see the face of a man named Bryce.
Aww.
A figure from your past, though it is clear he's aged what looks like 20 years. He must be almost 50 by now. And he is just, at the moment, kind of laying in the dirt at the bottom of his cell, just kind of kicking it. There doesn't seem to be much in the sense of recreation inside this prison, but he is just kicking it.
He's literally taking a dirt nap.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you look a little worse for the wear there, friend.
At the sight of you, Iratran, he lights up and he springs to his feet and he says, "And it looks like you haven't aged a day."
It's good genes. Yeah, elves talk about genes, right? Anyway.
They're usually elitists, yeah.
Yeah, we're of a better race. That's too much. Anyway, yeah, good stock in these. What landed you here?
Oh, it seems that Her Majesty doesn't take too kindly to pirating.
You don't say. How did you land here? Most pirates end up on boats.
Yeah. Well, it was a very long time ago, Iratran, and I tried to get out of the sea life and carry it and all of its sensibilities into my life on land. But once they found out who and what I was wrapped up in, I ended here after a lengthy interrogation.
But you weren't even marauding, and they still put you here.
Well, marauding, such a broad term.
Oh, Bryce.
He tells you a short story. The gist of it is, it had less to do with piracy, less to do with marauding, more to do with information trading. It seems that he knew a bit too much because they'd stolen something off of a ship that nobody was supposed to know existed. And most of the crew got away. And when he was captured, because he'd seen it, he'd been thrown in here with the key tossed over. And he's been here for about 20 years. Give or take.
Okay. There's a part of me that wants to know what he found, but I don't really like it here. I'd prefer not to stay.
Sure. He says, "What are you doing here, Iratran?"
Well, after the Venger sent me overboard, so to speak, I found myself in a desert lands where I met some friends along the way, including this man who saved my life, or this elf. Say hi to Argus, by the way.
Hello, Argus.
This is Bryce, everyone. Let's get acquainted.
You take a good look at Bryce, and he looks to be made of solid muscle, but extremely malnourished. So he does not have size, but you can see that he is completely solid. His posture also is that of someone who is expected to carry heavy burdens. And so while he is just like made out of fucking marble, he does not look good. But it is in contrast, because he is an older man, especially for this time. I mean, 50. He does look as though his body has been honed, and honed with hard work.
You know, if you had more protein in your diet, I'm sure that you would just look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing.
I feel as though that was an insult, but perhaps it was deserved.
No, it was actually a compliment. You have a really great bone structure, and I think that for an older gentleman, you have a very nice demeanor about you. I'm just saying that if you really wanted to, make it good with the, ladies or other men or anywhere in between, I mean,
I'm pretty
a
open.
little bit more muscle, a little bit protein in your diet will really assist you with that. Just saying.
Well, they don't really let us choose our diets here.
Well, that's
but
just.
I appreciate it.
What if you're a vegetarian?
Then you're out of luck.
Something high in protein, I'm sure, yeah? Bryce, you know your way around here, yeah?
I do.
Is there some reason that you can't go with us as we explore these deep caves? I'd prefer not to get lost.
Oh, no, I'm not expected in the mine until, well, time is a difficult thing to track down here, but my little clock tells me that I've got a while. I'd be happy to be your guide here, Tran. It's the least I could do.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Bryce will be able to help you out here. And because you are asking him, he will be able to do that for you easily. It won't take a roll. What exactly are you asking him?
We're trying to find two strangers, dressed up sort of hoity-toity, the kind of people we'd like to plunder.
I see. He didn't see anybody, but he goes from cell to cell talking to some of the people that are here. And it's not just humans here. It's why, Naomi, perhaps you had heard some of these rumors. It is predominantly human. The majority of people are human, but there are some elves, there are some gnomes, there are other species here. And he talks to a couple people, and it doesn't take long before he's able to hear of the people that you are asking him about. Bryce's hobbled steps walk with practiced ease through the underground prison. Cries of men, cackling women, and demi-humans alike echo in the narrow tunnels. Bryce expertly avoids the few patrols. You can just see that as you get closer to the mine, the guards are less receptive to you guys having free reign, but Bryce is able to easily maneuver you through. And it isn't long until you're all standing before an ancient archway. Runes are carved into the rock, and tiny red mushrooms form a carpet around the base. Through the archway is darkness, vast, vast darkness, that without seeing, you can tell opens up into a large cavern where the prisoners mine. And you can hear it now. There's pickaxes, hammers, shovels, scraping, banging, clattering. There is a lot of industry happening in here, and it is happening with sheer physical force. Bryce actually kicks the carpet of mushrooms, and they puff out just like a tiny glow of light, which actually grows into a pathway of more mushrooms like dominoes. And he motions for you to follow the trail and leads you several hundred yards to where the ghost lights end. So just to give you a sense of this room, you are in a massive cavern, and you can see pockets of like hazy greenish light, which are these ghost lights. They're magical lanterns, which are bobbing in the air. You can see that the cavern's huge, but in the distance, there's like darkness for 200 yards, then a pocket of light, and you can see a group of miners. And then, this happens in several places. Bryce takes you to where these lights end, and then he scratches the back of his neck and says, "Well, this be the never field, as in never go in there, unless you're done with this life and find it time to call it quits.
Ominous.
But, yes, it seems that those people that you were looking for, they made their way here. And he actually kicks the dirt a little bit, and you can see some scraped footprints and some crushed mushrooms. And he says, from what I gather, they went into the Neverfields. But I'll tell you, Eurotran, for as crafty and as strong as I know you to be, I would not recommend that you go. For this is as far as I'll take you as guide. And I'll be taking my leave to go back home now. I recommend you do the same.
I appreciate that. But there's no going back for me.
Hey, thanks. Walking right in.
Okay. Argus takes off.
Can I try to grab one of the ghost lights and like take it with?
Yeah, sure.
And I also have dark vision. So how well is my dark vision working here?
I think it works 60 feet full vision, or sorry, 30 feet full vision, 30 feet like dim light vision. So you can see pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, Naomi, you're able to grab a ghost light. It's just, it's like a novelty more than anything else. You don't think
it's a floating magic green light. Are you kidding me? It's coming with me.
Bryce pulls you aside for just a second here, Tran, and he says, I'm going to be getting back. I do hope that I can see you again, but Eurotran, no one goes into the Neverfield. And those who do, the few that are forced, never come back.
Well, there's got to be a first for something, eh?
Maybe. And he pats you on the arm and he turns around to go.
Fare thee well, Bryce.
Fare thee well, Eurotran.
He's a nice guy.
So here's what you've seen. This is a prison that you've only heard of in rumors that nobody likes to talk about. And you've seen that the prisoners are able to just kind of go about their business. When you entered into this huge cavern initially, you can see that they're being used for labor. And so they are mining in this chamber, but none of them go past the ghost lights into the Neverfields, as Bryce said. But there has seemed to be quite a large population.
Can we see what they're mining for at all? Are there like carts of stuff coming out or?
It actually, yeah, I like that a lot, actually. I think that there would be several different tracks coming from different parts of the mine. It wouldn't be hastily laid track, but you can tell that it's probably redirected at times. And so as the carts come through, some of it is just stone. It's just like quarry work. There are some carts that come through with lock boxes on them where you think maybe there is some more, like you could imagine there being ore of different kinds in there, whether it's gold or silver or something that you haven't heard of. But there seems to be a diversity. More so than anything else, the labor itself seems to be what's important. And so you leave this area and you cross into the Neverfields. I have a little flavor here for you.
Love that flavor.
Traveling across the Neverfield feels a little like being in the belly of a big beast. The air is both electric and tepid. Your ghost light illuminates at half strength as you go deeper into this place, and a weighted misery feels like a demon sitting on your shoulders. Somewhere in the distance ahead, you hear a woman's cry. Is anyone there? I can't die without saying goodbye to my Jean-Luc one last time. Please.
I'm not going to tell her.
It gives you a direction to head in. And while her voice was echoing strong, it's clear that there is some distance because this area, this Neverfield, it's not all together natural, but the sounds of the mining as you head deeper seem as if they're being swallowed by this place. And as you head deeper, there is a pocket of time in which there's very little noise, and even your footsteps seem muffled. But then that silence is replaced with the leathery flap of very large wings.
Oh.
Roll for initiative.
Crap. Woo, nice.
17.
13.
19.
20.
Hey.
Oh!
Look, you guys, I did something.
The first 20 of the day. It's
All right, I got Naomi, Argus, Iratran, Triss. Okay. It's gonna go last, but it is going to have a surprise round on you. Otherwise, you would just be in a big dark cavern and not see anything. So I am gonna give it a surprise round. Okay. This is what you see. Well, actually, first of all, everybody roll a DC 13 Wisdom save.
Okay.
DC 13 wisdom save.
15.
Oh.
Shit.
Wisdom. 15.
15 as well.
11.
I rolled a 2.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Did you roll a 2 or did you roll a 1 plus 1?
No, I rolled a 4 minus 2.
You are lucky.
You're wisdom
Okay.
to -2? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I love
All
No,
of you,
I'm very small.
all of you hear this. It is a high-pitched shriek, an extended one that just tears the silence and the muffle of everything apart. Argus and Naomi, you are frightened. You will have disadvantage on all skill and attack rolls, and you can't take move actions towards the source of this fear, which now swoops down into view. It is a strange creature, so bear with me here. What you see swooping down from the what must be the cave roof is a giant clawed hand with a large eyeball in its palm and huge leathery wings.
Ew.
And then it swoops low and blasts another screech at you. We are going to now go into...
If it's a hand with an eyeball and 2 wings, what's it screeching out of?
There are 3 disgusting vents around the
Oof.
eyeball that just
God.
like
Wait.
sphincter open and reverberate.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. And that's all on the palm.
Yeah,
So when it lands, it's like
guys.
palm, like the
yeah.
thing.
But it is not actually landing. It is just swooping in right now towards you.
It's a beholder. Because it's a hand. It's a beholder.
Excellent.
Excellent. Naomi, it is your turn.
Yes. Okay.
Attack
Okay,
with
so
your
sorry.
tongue.
Walk back through this again. I have disadvantage throughout this round. Okay,
Uh,
great.
Yes, at the end of each turn, you will be able to retry the save. But right now, you cannot move towards this creature, and you have disadvantage on skill and attack rolls.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna try to boomerang it in its stupid eyeball. Here we go.
Roll at disadvantage.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, that's a 3.
That's not going to do it.
Oh, word. Do I do anything?
That was
that
with... Oh, no, sorry.
it?
Yeah, so it dodges the boomerang and in doing so lands on the ground, just like you said, where it kind of like curls onto its
Oof.
eye is hidden underneath its fingers, and the claws are now like as it's kind of
Oof.
spidering towards the group. Which brings us to Argus. You are also afeared.
Argus goes ah, and then fires and tries to shoot at it with a short bow.
All right, fire away at disadvantage, please.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do it with the other one because that was once. Okay, it is a 14 at disadvantage.
Is not going to do it. But forgive me, both Naomi and Argus, please roll another wisdom saving throw at DC 13.
Okay. Wait, hang on. I think it's worse than I think it actually is. That's a -1, champ, is what that is.
Argus, when you fire off that round, even though
Minus
it
dice.
just clatters off of the exoskeleton on this crazy creature, it puts into your mind, this thing is real. This thing is real. I'm no longer afraid. Naomi, however, you try to steel yourself and you close your eyes to do so, and what greets you is Popo's face. It is gaunt and drained of all color, and his eyes are closed. And when they open, you can see inside are 2 glowing marbles. And you are taken aback, and you are still afeared. Which brings us to Eartran.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and try and disarm it. I feel like that's.
I get what you did there. That was funny.
Thank you. We're gonna go ahead and scimitar short sword. It's my favorite 1-2 combo. We're gonna try and cut
I can
its
slash.
wing off. Yeah, going for a wing, and that's a 10.
That is not going to do it.
Well then, let's try that again with my short sword. That's a 23.
That is going to do it. Roll for damage.
Come on, choppy choppies. 7.
All right. You stick the short sword through its wings, and it lets out another screech. This one does not require any wisdom saves because it's not an attack, but it does recoil from the blow, and it seems startled. Triss.
Is it still on its, like, protecting the eyeball?
Yes.
I keep thinking of the hand in Evil Dead, and I can't get it out of my head. And one wing is hurt, right?
Yes.
I think I'm going to use my move to sneak up on it. Can I do that?
You can use your action to hide, which will give you stealth.
I just want to use my sneak attack. So whatever I've got to do that.
Oh, so here's what's up with sneak attack. It actually has some interesting ways to get around having to be hidden, because Eritran is engaging the enemy. You can essentially flank it and get a sneak attack bonus because Eritran is engaging the enemy. There's like a couple weird things that would offset this or reset this, none of which apply in this instance.
Well, then I would like to do that and hack
please
off
do.
a wing with my rapier.
Okay,
So that means I roll with advantage.
you do.
Do it.
Well, the first roll was great, so 20.
That will do it. Roll for damage, and you get to add your sneak attack bonus.
What is my sneak attack bonus plus?
It's 1 additional d6, unless it went up at level 2, but we'll find out. It did not.
How do I even? Oh, sneak attack right there. Oh, okay. So roll for the rapier and then add that guy. All right. So 3 plus. Oh, did it? 7 plus 2. 9.
Okay. Wow. Okay. You slash a big gash along this thing's wing, and its blood, which is bioluminescent and green, sprays out and decorates the floor.
And I think I say, "This is for Jean-Luc, you son of a bitch." That was not in the right accent, but I was really excited.
It is now the winged horror's turn. It is going to be attacking you, Eritran, for 20 to hit.
Oh, damn. It brought it. Shouldn't have called it. I got too cocky. Are you rolling dice over there?
Okay. That is going to be 8 damage.
Fuck. Wow.
4 of that is psychic. And so when this thing smashes into you, Eritran, it lifts one of its fingers and pounds down into your shoulder. The moment it hits you, you have a flash of Bryce pulling a rapier out of your stomach and pushing you into the water off of the
Bryce
ship.
or Whitney?
Bryce. I realize that is not the correct memory that you have, but this thing's psychic damage is you feel it pull something out of your brain and then corrupt it.
This thing's
And so,
asshole.
yeah,
I
and
don't like
I
this
think the shock of seeing your friend doing this to you sets you off and deals that additional psychic damage.
Okay.
Which brings us back around to Naomi. You are still afeared.
Yes, I'm having a bad time. Okay. Well, how close am I to this thing?
You can be. It landed in your midst, so I will put
Okay.
it within your reach.
Okay.
You cannot move towards it, but you at this point could reach out and hit it. It is attacking your crew.
Sure. Okay. But I can't move towards it. Okay, so I think I'd better go. I'll try boomerang round 2, right? Why not? Can't go worse. Boy, I shouldn't have said that.
You need to switch up them dice, girl.
I know. That's a 6.
That's not
Hey.
going to do it.
It's
Yeah,
positive this time.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Argus. You are no longer. Oh, sorry. Naomi, give me a DC 13 Wisdom save, please.
Sure. Jesus. Okay. That's a 1. I don't know what's happening.
You
Very
close your
scary
eyes
here, it's
again
okay.
to try and steel yourself, and you are struck again with the vision of Popo looking at you in those glowing marbles. And he reaches up holding a mirror, and you see a reflection of yourself, and your eyes as well have turned to marbles, and you are taken aback. You are still afeared. Argus.
Yeah, I'm gonna try something new out. Argus is going to focus and concentrate on casting a water spell, but instead it becomes a elongated knife made of ice.
Sweet. Love
and
it.
will hurl the ice knife at the creature.
Hell yeah.
Is that what this spell's called? Ice knife?
Ice knife?
Love it. All right, roll it.
Stabby snakes.
And it is a... Is it a +6? So it's a 17?
That will do it. Roll damage.
Nice. All right, that's 1d10. New spells. Gotta figure out which one we're gonna use. 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And when the ice knife... And this is on the other wing, the opposite wing that Triss hit, by the way.
Okay.
When the ice knife makes contact, it explodes.
Does it do additional damage, or is that just flavor?
It sure does additional damage.
How much?
It's a dex save for the creature.
Okay. Oh, sweet. This thing's strong. It's not all that dexterous. That is going to be a 12.
It needed to beat a 14.
All right.
Another
Deal some
2d6
extra damage.
Go,
another
Argus.
2d6 of damage, and that's 7 points of damage on top of that.
Okay. The ice knife pierces into the wing and vibrates for just a moment. The creature tries to move, but the ice knife explodes, just eviscerating the thin skin of its wing. And you can see that bioluminescent blood spray out again. And it's at this moment you realize this is not one of those, well, it's bleeding. It's not shedding any black smoke. This might just be one of the scary things that live underneath the earth and doesn't need to be a chaos beast. But it screeches again. No save necessary. This is just it being upset with Argus. And it is now favoring that wing and curling away so that it's trying to protect it. And it seems to be a little afraid. Which brings us to Iratran.
It's actually afraid of us?
Argus, yes? Did we skip something?
No.
I
I'm just...
was going to react to that, but
Okay.
it's fine.
Yeah, because I'm hearing that it's afraid of us now. Who attacked who? I mean, you told us to roll initiative. Anyway, I'm going to attack it. I'm going to hit it in its...
I'm not trying to throw you off. This is a nasty motherfucker. It's just that in some of the deeper, darker places of the world, there do happen to be monsters that don't need to be summoned by chaos magic.
Okay, so it's not... Even though it's not chaos, it's still being an asshole. Okay, I'm going to chop it.
Okay.
We're going scimitar to, I guess, what would be its thumb? Does it act like... we're going to say its thumb-like appendage.
Okay.
Boom shakalaka. Come on, 11.
That's not going to do it. Roll your short sword.
Come on, shorty. We're going to go underneath the fingernail. And that's a 20.
That's going to do it. Roll damage.
really upset, I imagine. Like, have you ever gotten like a splinter there and just like, 10, Jesus.
10 damage?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shove
Talk
it
about a
underneath the
hangnail.
fingernail and it goes, ow, Jesus! No, but it does screech. And you deal a mighty blow to it, Iratran. I think Argus still dealt the most this round. Okay, Triss, your turn.
It's
sneak
not
attack.
competition.
How does sneak attack work? Can I still use it, or is it like a one-time?
Yes.
per-
So here's what you got to remember, and this is baked into the rules. Because it's called sneak attack, it forces players to constantly try and think they need to hide. Sneak attack has just some base rules. One of them is if your buddies are engaging an enemy, you can sneak attack it. So you can kind of sneak attack almost every turn if you position yourself correctly.
Well, I would like to cut off its middle finger. So can I do that from any position?
Yes.
Dope.
Roll it.
Alright.
In this instance, specifically because this enemy is being engaged by your allies and has no other adjacent allies of its own, you can sneak attack it.
All right. So that would be rapier at advantage. Oh, I think that
That's gonna hit the 24.
I'll roll it twice just in case. There, yep, 24.
24 or 9.
And then damage is going to be
Come on.
5 plus
Okay. 5 plus your
10.
sneak. 10? 10 total?
10 damage. Does that lop off that middle finger?
You lop off the middle finger and it starts to geyser this bioluminescent blood that is just coating the ground. And you can actually see a waver of vapor coming off of it. Perhaps some of its psychic abilities are derived from the toxins in its blood.
How big is it? Can I hold it up and flip it off with its own finger?
No, it's like the size of you. It's like 5 Triss fingers.
Like this and be like, yoo-hoo!
Yeah, you can, and you can like fire extinguisher it. So here's what's up. That was a very big hit. Almost big enough. The creature reels around and strikes out at Argus. You can see that it is not doing well. I want to be clear about that, but it is going to attack Argus.
Wait, can I quick thing? Because if it's moving, is it moving out of my reach? Because then I can do an opportunity attack.
It is not. It doesn't need to because you're all kind of clumped on it.
Oh, okay. I thought we were at a low distance. Okay.
It's a little bit of a shitty thing for you guys now, but I did give Naomi the ability to not need to move towards it, so we're going to balance it out.
Yeah.
It only rolls a 13.
14 for my armor class.
All right. It, in a death lurch, tries to punish Argus for hurting it so bad with the ice knife, but Argus deftly dodges. Naomi, it is your turn.
Okay, let's get this over with.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll just try for the eyeball again with the rang. Let's see what happens. Oh, thank God. Okay. 13.
Okay. You are gonna have to roll at disadvantage.
Oh, word. Okay. Great. A 9.
Okay. Naomi, you cannot blink away the vision of you and your friends, because now as you turn to look at them, you see that all of them have marbles for eyes too.
Oh no.
And they're all holding up mirrors, and your reflection is coming back at you fivefold. Which brings us to Argus.
Argus is going to look at this poor creature that's like desperately kind of clawing onto life right now, and will call upon Primal Savagery, my new fun little toy to play with, and will extend claws out of his finger and go straight for the eye and slash the eye.
Roll it.
Yeah. Oh, it's +6. 21.
That's gonna do it. Roll damage.
Oof. Wow.
Nice work, August.
I'm wondering if it has enough like gigantic like eyeball juice, like
9 points.
clear eye.
Some Visey.
Yeah.
It only had 1 HP. You pop its eyeball, which gushes into gross eyeball juice. And the creature flails for just a moment and then topples over. Naomi, your fear is instantly removed. In fact, it's difficult for you to summon up why you were afraid. But you have defeated the winged horror.
I
Bam.
Yes,
All
please,
right.
Argus.
I sit in front of it and I kneel down very quietly and I whisper a prayer to it. And I say, "My friend, though your intentions were to harm us, we let you go back to the earth from whence you came, to become born again as something new, and probably a little bit prettier."
And if
Argus,
that's
I'm
how
gonna-
you kill us, we'll kill it too.
Argus, I'm going to give you inspiration. Unlike normal, I will allow this to carry over into the next session since we're kind of late in the game here tonight. It will give you advantage on any roll of your choice, skill or attack, and you can declare it. You have to declare it before, but you can use it at any point for your little prayer. Okay. You look around for just a moment. Now that the creature's blood has kind of like spilled everywhere around you, the glow from it reveals that strange holes actually dot the terrain where you are. And looking closer, you find they're about 12 feet deep and covered with iron bars. And they seem to be horrible living graves. When you stare into some of them as you pass, you find the skeletal remains of people long forgotten, who must have long since been driven mad by the passing of the winged horrors over these places.
I'm sorry, did you say horrors?
Horrors.
Or they're just cocoons, other ones like hanging around up above.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
I don't have that many prayers.
These are oubliettes. They are forsaken holes for the wretched and the cruel. You hear again Cremille's voice from nearby. She is saying, Is it dead? It's been making me so incredibly scared. Help!
Is she down in one of the oubliettes?
She is.
Ooh,
you are
shit,
able
yeah.
to follow her voice, and you can see that she is down in one of the oubliettes. You can't see much from your vantage. You can see that Cremille is at the extent of what must be a short chain. She's been manacled around one arm, and she's leaning as far as she can to try and wave to you up through the grate. What would you like to do?
Ambassador Cremille?
Yes, Triss?
Yes.
Oh my god. Of all the people in all the kingdoms to come and save me. You are here to save me, right?
I mean, if you'd like, I could leave.
Don't be an ass. Have you not tortured me enough this evening?
Trying to torture you. I've tried to help you. Anyway, we can talk about that later. Yes, let's get you down.
Up, actually. She's about 12 feet down. These cages
Oh.
have been buried.
How
So
far
what
apart
you-
are the bars?
They're not quite gnome big, but it is a lock that does not look to be extraordinary. Just to give you guys a sense of this place as well, what you're seeing is, it looks like these cages, these oubliettes, were buried with these holes left open above them because the horrors would be gatekeeping, in a sense of just, it's a very strange form of psychic torture, because they would just be flying around screeching, causing fear. And Cremille actually expresses that while you were fighting, she failed her wisdom save and was terrified. But you are able to climb down if you'd like. And Triss, you have already picked a lock today. You would be able to do so again. It looks to be just a basic lock.
All right. Do I roll for that?
Roll sleight of hand.
13.
That's going to do it. This doesn't look like a crazy lock. You can see that it's newer than the bars that it is attached to, as though it doesn't quite fit into this space.
The bars are newer, you said.
The lock is newer. The bars
lock.
are ancient.
Oh, okay. Right. I would like to open it and
Sure.
help her out.
Yeah, you guys can. You're gonna have to go down inside, and I'll tell you why. So, she can't make it all the way to the grate. She is chained to something.
Oh.
Let me find in my notes here.
So we open the-
Inside, Camille shares the oubliette with a skeletal torso with a single arm. Both the single skeletal arm and Camille are shackled to the same block chain. So picture like an iron ring on the wall with a chain that runs through and a shackle on one of each of their arms.
That's how blockchain works.
Yeah, it's crypto.
Oh, it
That's crypto.
finally makes sense. I get
Yeah.
it now.
And there's like a GameStop logo on her manacle.
And there's a little Shiba Inu.
Got iron hands.
So does a different cell have a Dogecoin? Is that what?
So there is strange. Okay, so the cell's empty. But there is some strange writing that's been etched into the stone wall behind her. It is in a strange language, I suppose. Who all speaks Gnomish?
I do.
Don't, weirdly. I'm kidding.
Are you fucking with me?
No, I'm kidding. Come on.
Wait, Gnomish? Never mind. I don't.
Let me see what skill I prefer, because you all recognize it as a strange, archaic form of Gnomish. Let's go with, I think, just history. Let's go with history.
Sure.
Dirty 20 for me.
Nice.
18.
Nice.
They write a whole dissertation on it.
You can
Heckin'
see
taught
that
me to
it
feel
is. Yeah. Okay. I guess. Yeah. I mean, like, I was gonna put the DC pretty high, but you guys got a 20 and an 18, and you both speak Gnomish. Okay. Yeah. It is an archaic form of Gnomish, one that you can't necessarily place the time period of, but you've seen it in older scrolls and books. It is actually what looks like, I think it would be more like a very difficult to etch in like journal entry. It's informal. It would be from a prisoner, and they identify themselves as Mills because they sign it at the bottom, Mills, M-I-L-S. Mills details that the shackle here with an arrow pointing up it is a blood lock. So while they are looking at this Gnomish language, Triss, you're getting ready to pick the manacle, and you can see that there is no lock, nothing that you could access. And so Mills's thing on the wall saying that it's a blood lock would fill in the blanks. Does anybody know about that, or do you want to roll? Arcana would work. I think history would work, and I think religion would work.
Sure.
I've got shit on all
Probably
of
do a
those.
Religion, if anything, blood oath, blood pacts. That would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, their religion would work for sure.
Cool. Oh, it's a 22 for me then.
Okay,
Please
Argus,
go with that.
you translate this and see that it is a blood lock. The rest is illegible, but what you know about blood locks is, and especially coming from your why it's so popular in different kinds of religion, is that only the blood of a willing innocent can unlock a blood lock. So you can see how some religions might take advantage of that.
Anyone here not killed anyone before?
Yeah, what's the over under on innocent here?
So how much blood?
Argus, you don't know.
That's why I said, has anyone here not killed anyone before?
We could all just try and hope one of us gets it.
Camille says, "This is disgusting, but please do."
Wait, you've never killed anyone, have you? I'd say that to Camille.
No.
All right. I just prick her finger.
She has to be okay. Yeah, you prick her finger, and the blood hits, and she is upset. and the lock doesn't open. Because
this is why you always
Argus
get consent
knows
before you do blood magic.
it has to be a
Jeez.
willing person.
I'm trying to help her out of her own bondage. She should be willing.
She
We
might
didn't
be.
know.
You
We
are
know.
welcome to try a different tactic.
Could have asked, maybe, eh? Well,
Just so we're clear, Irritrans blood definitely not opening this lock.
that feels rude.
What would you like to say to her, Irritran? I think that this can live. Like, you would poke her finger and use her blood because that is the way you operate. But it doesn't work, and it's obvious because she was not willing. What would you do to change that?
Well, do you not want to get yourself out of there?
I do, but it was just terribly frightening, and now I'm really freaked out.
Well,
We
here's
can
a way
sing you
out.
A song.
Oh yeah.
How many songs do we have to sing tonight? I just want to get
I don't
it
know.
up.
Let's see how many Naomi has in her back pocket.
Look, woman, do you want to get out?
I do.
We'll need a drop of blood, it says.
Just a drop.
Sure.
I think I could spare that. And so she, same finger that Irritran had just poked, squeezes out a drop of blood onto her lock. Let's just take a second here for me to catch up in my notes. Okay. When the blood hits the lock, it pops open. The chain rattles, and that vibration carries up it through the ring, and then down towards the manacle that's on the single skeletal arm. And that lock also pops open.
Better late than never, I suppose.
A flash of green shatters the darkness from above, and from these green flames,
Oh crap.
the image of the Lich's skull towers above you. But it's changed. The skull now mounts and joins with the one-armed skeletal torso from the oubliette. The Lich's voice rattles from the dark. First, your magic set me free. Now, innocent blood has released my frame. Almost there. Almost complete. And your time is almost at an end. There is just one last thing I need.
And what may that be?
Make a DC 19 wisdom save.
Oh crap.
Everybody.
Just Argus, as a
Oh,
matter of fact.
Thank God.
Do it. Seriously? Okay.
Yeah.
Nat 20. I'm not
Are you
even
fucking
kidding.
serious?
I'm not even kidding. See, right there.
All
Not even
I
kidding.
think-
Yeah.
I
I'm
didn't
not
expect
even.
you-
Oh crap.
Lich better have my money. Oh my God.
Okay,
And I have a
think
plus
this is what,
6 to my wisdom too on top of it. So.
All right, this is unexpected, but I want to honor that crit. So what happens is, instead of the Lich successfully taking, I think a connection is opened that goes both ways. So Argus, rather than something just being taken from you, you're going to get a glimpse as well. And I think because you got a fucking crit, I want to make it worthwhile. So, Argus, I will tell you what you get, but you do not need to make the decision on the spot. I want you to be able to sit on it and think about it. So I'm going to read you this flavor, and then I'm going to tell you what happens. Argus, you feel a spike of cold stab into your mind, and you see a vision of the wastes of Bassam Mortok, a very familiar turquoise pool, and the Lich becoming whole. The Duskwell was hidden from me, but now I will be and that's the connection. Boom. Argus, you fight him back with wisdom. In this moment, you know that the final piece of the Lich is in the Duskwell, and that's where he is headed. But in obtaining the location from you, and you critting your fucking wisdom save, at the top of the next session, I will allow you to ask me anything about this Lich. One question, and I will give you the answer.
Dope. Hell yeah.
Wow.
But in that moment, the pain of resistance, Argus's eyes go completely black, and he faints. Blackout.
Oh.
Now
Whoa,
we got
what a
crit,
clutch roll. Holy cow.
Ow. And this is why, as Astrid said, you always use real dice.
Yeah,
Fam,
switch-
I've
I'm
got bad
switching.
news. I've been rolling real dice this whole dang time. So I refute. I refute.
Gotta buy a good set. This is copper. This is
Oh, well.
copper.
magic.
You get weight too. You can feel it when you drop that D20, man.
The weight of
Sweetheart,
it.
you need new dice. We need to buy you new dice.
I know. I like my dice. They're just so bad.
It might not be, but that's the thing. It might not be gnomish dice.
Mm.
Oh, dang. You're right. Yeah. You know what? This is the perfect excuse to get that yeet dice that we were talking about.
Yeah, you guys are
Mhm.
gone.
It's that yeet.
Nice.
Okay. That's it for us
No, not
tonight.
for you.
That's episode 7 of 10, everybody. Everything that you need to catch up or see past episodes is below. Check us out on social media. Huge shout out to everybody who was hooking us up with bits, subs, everything. Thank you so much. We love you. Follow, subscribe, check out our TikToks, get in on the heated monk class debates.
Oof.
We love you, everybody. I'm Jesse Keeter, and I'm asking, are you in?